Monday night jam session is here.
It's Black Jesus.
Hell yeah.
Look.
Are we ready?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We're back. Perry Gamble, Reagan Jacobs. He's on this side of me this time, so just a little swap up for the end of the year. How's life? Life
Making
good up
it,
there?
man. Yeah, it's a little weird being on this side, but it'd be all right.
I figured we switch it up for the last one of the year. I was just playing around with it. I was like, oh, I can move him to the other side. Let me do that. So maybe people will think like, oh, Perry went to Hallettsville and Reagan came up here to Milliken. Like, oh, yeah.
We done switched it up on a big time.
Swapped it up for him for a little bit. Yeah. How was your Christmas?
Man, it was good. I had a good Christmas. Nothing exciting. I didn't go skiing like all them other families did, but
Like the
we
rich
had a good
folk.
Christmas. Yeah, like the rich folk. we stayed at home.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's good. That's awesome. Did Santa bring you everything you wanted?
He brought me everything I needed.
Oh,
Socks and underwear. Socks and everything I needed.
There it is. Socks and underwear. Hey, man, when I was growing up, if you'd have told me I'd learn to appreciate socks and underwear, I wouldn't have believed you.
Nope.
I wouldn't have believed you.
It was getting hard there for a while, man.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure my favorite pair doesn't have a center in it, you know.
Talking about socks, ain't it?
Yeah, sure. Yes. Absolutely.
Man, I was sitting there. It was end of November, just starting December, and got up one morning and had my socks ready and everything, and I didn't realize I just laid some out and I picked them up, and the heels and the bottom of them were just, you could see my foot through them, and they was real thin. And I said, man, y'all just got to hang on a few more days. We're gonna be all right.
Somebody's gonna bless us with some socks and underwear, so y'all can retire in peace.
Yeah.
All the good socks get lost in the dryer, so you know the bad ones stay and hang around till the end.
I guarantee it. I was like, man, I thought I had a lot more good stuff, because once I the next day or next couple of days or whatever, pull one out and it had a whole hole in the heel, like it was gone, time to go to pasture. And I was like, I started looking through them, and every one of them had a hole, and I said, man, I swore I had a lot more socks than this, but I guess I didn't.
It's a hard life out here for us, man. For us men.
It's tough, but we're making it now. We're living high on the hog now.
Oh yeah. Well, that's good, man. I'm happy. Santa was good to you.
What about you? Santa
He was good to
what
me.
you asked for?
Yes, he brought me everything I asked for, which I didn't ask for anything, so that's a good thing. Everything I got, I will use, going to use, am using. So I'm grateful, man. The family was down. It was good to see a lot of my cousins and stuff I hadn't seen in a really long time. Yeah, you know, with COVID. Just the same family, good wholesome atmosphere we always have. I'm sure you saw a bit of it on Snapchat and stuff like that. But yeah, just that, man, we've always been like that, and it hasn't been like that for a while. You know, people grow up and move off, and we had some family come back that hadn't been down for a while, and man, it's like we were kids again. It was beautiful. So
yeah,
I'm content with the Christmas job we've done.
I was gonna say, family come in and everything, and everybody got together, and it's like ain't had nothing wrong in the world, you know. It was pretty good. That's one thing I like about the holidays, you know, these, and then sometimes we have family get together on New Year's and stuff, and that's what I like about this Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. Everybody gets together and has a good old time and slows down for a little.
Oh yeah. It helps you forget that Congress and all them other blankety blanks up there want to give us $600
and give more money to other countries.
Hey, yeah, it just takes all that away. So yeah, it was nice to forget about that for a little bit. Yeah,
I actually didn't remember it till you brought it up. So thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm sure somebody was sitting there like, "Oh, I can't believe they're talking about their Christmas when Congress wants to do that."
Yeah. Only $600. I can't believe that.
Yeah, it's insane. But we're not here to talk politics or nothing like that. So yeah, man, I'm content. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to New Year's. I hear we might get snow.
You're kidding.
No, you haven't looked at that.
I
They're
saw it's
talking.
going. I saw it's going to get down, but I was just going to say I saw it. Checked the weather today and it said down in the 30s with rain and stuff, and I was like, man, it's going to be perfect hunting weather. But I didn't know it was snow.
Yeah, that could have been just one of those clickbait, little things that had that perfect. I didn't click on it. I just read it and I was like, oh, snow, cool. Just kept on scrolling, but yeah, maybe, possibly. I don't know. I love the cold, so I'm excited for it. I like New Year's. Period. Not for the idea of the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 Happy New Year or the couples kissing and all that other bull and stuff like that. None of that. I like New Year's for the two songs that everybody sings. That's my favorite part. Do you know those two songs?
I bet I know one of them.
What's one of them?
New Year's Day by what?
Yeah, Charlie.
That one. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. And Mariah Carey. Well, I don't know what version you listen to, if you listen to it at all, but it's should old acquaintance be forgot, never brought to mind. Should old acquaintance be forgot, and old lang syne. Yeah,
I
we'll
didn't know
think
that
of.
one.
Are you serious? Should old acquaintance be forgot?
Isn't that Grand Old Flag?
And brought to mind, we'll take a bit of kindness yet for old lang syne. Yeah, that one.
We used to sing that, but it was called Grand Old Flag.
Are you sure?
Part of it, that first part you sang was.
Are you sure?
I know the other one better.
Because I still haven't found baby you are my shooting star. So I mean, I think I would trust me a little bit over you in a song right about now.
You can have that one. I'd take the other one. Who sings that one? Was it not Charlie Robinson?
It is Charlie Robinson. It's New Year's Day here on the border, and it's always been this way. Yeah.
Well, when he sings about them boys there from O'Connor, that's about people down from this area down here.
Really? Is that girl from down there too? Pussy Willow Rose?
No, that's from down there in Laredo.
Oh, that's farther down. You don't want to claim her, but
that's farther down.
Okay. I got you. It's all right, man. You ain't got to claim her. Somebody out there loves her.
Yeah. I ain't saying nothing.
Okay. It's okay. Or did you love her at one point? Because you from down there too.
Never know. I have been in Laredo once or twice.
Oh, you got one of them dresses on, huh?
That bad tequila make you do things you never know.
I don't know. I only drink the good stuff, Rhino tequila. So
there you go.
Speaking of Rhino tequila, so for my family, so we do a Christmas Eve and a Christmas Day deal, or Christmas morning, I should say. No, it wasn't morning. It was more like a brunch. But we do Christmas Eve. We have dinner, and then we do a family gift exchange, and then we have a Christmas morning breakfast, and then we go. Well, for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, Christmas noon, Christmas night, I was drinking Rhino tequila.
Ooh, the good stuff.
Not the regular bottle, the next one up. Yeah. My cousin come down, and he was on it with me, because we're adults now, and we can do that kind of stuff. Bless you.
Thank you.
He said he was like, "Ooh, this is good." I was like, "I know it's good. I only drink good stuff." And then everybody was scared because I was drinking it with orange juice. I don't know, I don't know the technical term for it, so forgive me. We call them a Mexican screwdriver. I don't know if that's the right name for it. That's just what I've always called it, or I've heard it been called. So if it's not the technical term, I do apologize. But yeah, so I'm drinking my orange juice and tequila, and some of the other people are like, "Is this orange juice any good?" I was like, "Why wouldn't it be?" Because you drinking it. It's like I'm drinking it and the tequila, it and the Rhino. So it's fine. Okay, I'm just checking because you don't know what you. I'm like, I wouldn't just let people drink my good tequila. I ain't handing it out for the world to have.
Yeah.
I I bought this. This is mine. It's me. You ain't getting it. It's kind of like Dare back in the day when somebody walks up and offer you drugs you don't accept. People ain't handing you no free drugs.
Yeah.
I worked hard for these drugs. I ain't just giving them out to kids. No, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. I don't do drugs though. I was just
I was gonna say you better throw that in there.
a disclaimer. I don't do drugs. It was just for the scenario. Ain't nobody walking around handing out no free drugs. And I'm not handing out free alcohol. So
Yeah,
yeah.
they used to say about, oh, you gotta watch in your Halloween candy. There's drugs in there. I'm like, ain't nobody finna lose money on putting drugs in candy.
Exactly. Like, oh, they're putting razor blades in gum. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think that's how it works. But whatever. Now you're seeing it where they're putting Glocks and stuff in bubble gum.
Cookies.
It's insane. Times have definitely changed now.
I wish I could find some of that bubble gum.
Hey man, you ain't lying. I'd take me a couple of those, please. If you don't mind.
It ain't in juicy fruit. I know that.
No, it's in that hard gum, that double bubble or bubble hubble bubble or whatever it's called.
That one that has flavor for like three chews or 3 seconds, and you're
hard
done.
stuff. You break a tooth. If you got the brittle teeth, you can't chew this gum. It's that tough stuff. Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know how we got away from Christmas all the way over here. But yeah, man, it was good, man. We had a good time. The liquor was good.
There you go. So
yeah.
Now that you're past that,
Now that we're past that,
what's the new year gonna bring? Like what are you doing for New Year's?
2021. What am I doing for New Year's Eve or?
For New Year's Eve, and what do you plan? What is your New Year's resolutions? Let's get to that one.
Oh, okay. New Year's Eve, depending upon the weather. Regardless of the weather, I'll be right here in my spot with a little more cash than I already got, tripping off you because you had your shot.
Here we go.
All right, Drake. Excuse me. I'll be here in my little neck of the woods. We're talking about a bonfire, but if it's raining or snowing or cold, well, it's gonna be cold. We hope it's cold for the fire, but bonfire. And if I'm being honest, I haven't counted down the clock to New Year's in like 3 years. I'm always in bed like 10:30, 11. Man, I don't even watch the NFR all the way through. So if we're being honest here, I haven't seen a new year come in a really, really long time. It's kind of like when you go too hard in the first quarter and you got 3 more to go.
Winded.
Yeah. Pull me out, coach. Pull me out. Let me go to the dressing room and change because I'm done. Yeah. I haven't watched the new year in a long time. But my plan is to do it in 21. I'm excited. I have a lot of things planned. 2021 New Year's resolution. Ooh, man, I would love to slim down just a little bit. Just a little bit. Not a lot. And it's not a first of the year I'm gonna hit the gym and I'm gonna get me a 6-pack and all that. No, we ain't doing none of that. I just want to be able to do something without getting winded. I could touch my toes, sir. Actually, this I can do.
Do it right now.
Yeah, no, I'd have to set it all up for you to see me touch my toes, and I said no. But there's somebody I could call to prove I can touch my toes.
No, I'm good. We're good.
I don't know kinky stuff like that. No, I ain't touching my toes in the bed. No. We ain't doing none of that.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I'm actually pretty flexible for a fat guy. So yeah, I can touch my toes. I've always been able to touch my toes.
Well,
Yeah.
that's good.
Can you touch your toes, Mister?
I actually tried the other day, and I used to
Failed.
be flexible. I used to could put my palms on the ground, like bend over and put my palms on the ground and be flexible. And now I can't even touch my toes. I've lost all flexibility.
That's insane though, because you're only like 4 foot something. So it's like
That's the bad
two
part about
foot
it.
to the ground. That's crazy.
I think if I stretched before and like really got into it, I think I could do it.
I don't have to do none of that. I used to when we were at the sale barn and we'd be standing around in the alley. Supposed to be listening to cows come down the alley. I'd always mess with the guys. Like, I got $20. You can touch your toes or something like that. And so they'd all try, and they'd be, well, you do it. And I just been down, touch my toes. Ain't no way. You just saw me touch my toes.
Yeah.
How though? Like,
You wore them baggy jeans and bent your knees a little bit. That's what it was.
No, sure. No, sure. No, sure. Ain't no cheating in my blood.
You ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
That's what they say. That's what they say. But yeah, no cheating over here. So yeah, I could touch my toes. It's 2021 resolution. Forget you, Reagan. Slim down a little bit, man. Not a lot, just a little bit. There's no set goal in mind or anything like that. I just want to slim down a little bit. I don't know, but I think that's always been on the resolution calendar. But I just like to attempt it because I've attempted so much in 2020. If I actually put my mind to this, I probably could accomplish it. I don't think getting it off is the problem. Keeping it off is where I'm struggling with coming to terms with, or struggling to come to terms with. Like, dang, Perry knocked off 30 pounds. It's like, yeah, he really struggling to keep him off.
Yeah. He was eating Mexican food 5 nights a week over
there. Yeah. So that's on the to-do list. I've done everything else. I don't know, man. It's crazy. So 2020 was the end of my 3-year plan. And I knocked everything off the 3-year list. And 2021's like my take a break and redo my 3-year plan again list year. So I kind of have all of it wrote out of what I want to do, but I also want to take a break and kind of take it all in,
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at.
Don't forget to live in the moment.
I do that. I do plenty of living in the moment. That's for sure. I lives in the moment. I mean, I just came off of a stranger shoot, so I'm definitely living in the moment, sir.
That's right. That's right. The people want to know. The people
do they or do Reagan want to know?
We all want to know. We were anticipating what it was going to be like, and we want to know about it. We want to know all about it.
You want to know all about it? I'll give you. You get 3 questions. 3 questions.
Oh.
Choose wisely, because you represent the people here.
Okay.
Choose wisely. I'll try to answer it to the best of my abilities.
All right. First question. 3 questions. I got to give him a background.
If you've been listening to the podcast, you already know. Ain't no background. I went on.
We want to know. Some of us don't know what a stranger shoot is.
A stranger shoot is where 2 people that have never met each other get together and take pictures like they've known each other their whole life, and you start out blindfolded. It starts out blindfolded. Is there any other questions before we begin class? No, I got 3 questions, Mr. Reagan.
3 questions. Did you happen to know her? Because you said before that you might know her.
I did not know her. That was a terrible question. I didn't know her. I had my suspicions. I had suspicions.
Suspicions? What's a suspicion?
I had suspicions. I don't know if it's cutting out for you or not, but I said the word properly. Yeah. I didn't know her. I did know her.
All right. Second question. Did you have fun?
Did I have fun? I did. I try to make the best of every situation that I'm in. So I had fun. I don't know if it was to their standard of, you know, giddy, you know, jumping off the walls, nervous wreck, and all this other stuff type of, and the anticipation and all this type of fun. I don't know if I gave that, but I had fun in my own way. I think
And
she, I think she's a lovely lady. We had good conversation. It was fun. So yeah.
third
Third
question,
and
final
final
question.
question.
Huh? Third and final question. Would you do it again?
No.
Why not? Does that count as another question?
No, we can tie it in because that's like in high school and the math questions like give
Yeah.
me 7 apples and show your work. Yeah, that's fine. We'll let it work. We'll let it roll. Um, would I do it again? No, and why? I would not do it again because hopefully this is the one, and that's your answer of why. Am I good or am I good? No, no, I wouldn't do it again. Let's see. Why wouldn't I do it again? Why wouldn't I do it?
Because that's not the type of person. It has nothing to do with her. I'm assuming.
No, 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 nothing against her. Nothing against her at all. Um, it's not for me. It's not my thing. Let's see. Stranger shoot. Would I do it again? I, you do better. You do better saying, hey Perry, will you take a couple of pictures for me? And I'd be like, yeah, and be like, well, this lady's gonna be here and she's gonna be in the pictures with you, and here she is, and this is what she do, and it's all staged, and here we go, and I'd be like, cool, and better
Yeah.
than I think this is just me thinking. I don't know. I think they thought like the anticipation and the nervousness of it all would like just blow me away, and just I don't know. I rarely get nervous. Rarely get nervous after standing up in front of guys at a ranch rodeo, running through rules, and I just not a nervous person. I can't if I can't affect it. I, I'm not going to stress over it, so there's no sense in being nervous about it. I mean, I agreed to a stranger shoot, so that's kind of where it was at. Like, there's no sense in getting nervous about it. You're here now, so
Yeah.
not my cup of tea. But if you were like, "Hey Perry, would you want to be in some pictures?" It's a yes or no question, and I'm like, "Yeah." Like, all right, cool. Well, you know, this lady's gonna be with you, and I expect y'all to do this. I'm like, cool. If I'm about it, I'm about it. If I'm not, I'm not. So
Yeah.
yeah, wouldn't do it again.
Them were people are gonna say, oh, them were lame questions. I don't feel
I,
like it's not fair to ask about details about without her being here. I don't want to be one sided, so we're not going to get into details.
I do think those were lame questions, by the way.
I didn't think it was fair to do that because she might be listening and be like, well,
I'll give you one more because I thought all three of those questions were really lame. Do you want the extra question? I'm sure the listeners want the question. They want it so bad. They're like, ask this, Reagan, say it, do it. You get one more because I'm a good sport for things.
I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know what you're wanting me to ask. I don't know what you're thinking.
I don't know. I thought those were three lame questions, though. I really did.
I didn't feel it was fair to her, but I will ask because I know y'all eat dinner and everything. I will ask.
Don't ask how was the dinner.
No, I'm not going to ask that.
All right.
How was the dessert?
How was the dessert? It was all right.
Actual dessert.
The actual dessert. The dessert was decent. It was all right.
It was a dip cone, people. It
Yeah,
was a dip.
see, yeah. See, you failed at that question too. So okay, now we got to go into detail. So we did a photo shoot. We did a photo shoot, and then we went back and we did another setup photo shoot or whatever, and then we ate dinner, and it was kind of it followed the podcast. So for dinner, it was steak and potatoes. Steak and potatoes. All right. So after the steak and potatoes, they're like, "Are you ready for dessert?" I was like, "Yeah, here we go." So they come around the corner and it's two dip cones, and I'm like, "Ugh."
Can't get away from
Yeah,
it.
pretty much. Yeah. So then Tyler jumps in and he's like, "Oh, filming." He's like, "Oh, it's for Reagan." I'm like, "Oh yeah, he's dip cone." And so I had to explain it to the stranger because she was like, "I don't get it." I was like, "Oh, don't worry, it's stupid." The co-host of the Monday Night Jam session likes to do "Hey, little mommy, won't get dip cone," and she was like, I was like, "Yeah, it's stupid. It's okay." She's like, "Okay." So yeah, you're welcome.
She must have been very nervous. That works every time. She must have been nervous.
Had to be. Had to be. I do one of my favorite moments from it. So I'm blindfolded, standing down by the woods, and so I'm blindfolded, can't see anything, and I hear. Well, actually, I saw the car. So I'm standing there, and they're bringing her in the car, and nobody knows where I'm supposed to be. That's standing there. So I'm like, where am I supposed to be? Should I put my blindfold on? What's going on? They're like, oh, she's almost here. I was like, so blindfold, They're like, yeah, blindfold. I'm like, all right. So I'm just like taking my precious time, putting my blindfold on, and I see the car come over the hill, and I was like, you know what, Perry? Be a good sport. Do your part. So I put the blindfold on, and I was gonna put it where I couldn't see. And I was like, no, you're here, live in the moment, do it how it's supposed to be done. So I put my blindfold all the way on, and I'm standing there, and so they're getting her out the car, and they're walking her up to me, and I can see the ground, and I hear the grass moving, and I can feel people around me. So they put her in front of me, and she's like, "Oh, wait, whoa, oh." I was like, "Are you all right?" You can hear it turn around, and she was like, "Oh my God, his voice is so sexy." I was like, "This ain't gonna be so bad."
Blindfolds off, not what you
Hey,
expected.
yeah. Oh, hey, don't be.
You said yeah.
No. I was laughing from the voice is so sexy. Don't do that. Don't do that. No, I think she's an amazing woman. She's beautiful. I enjoyed it. Can't wait for the pictures. I'm sure y'all are waiting to see the pictures too.
Are we
I'm
going to
excited
see the
for it.
pictures?
Huh?
Are we going to see the pictures?
Oh, I mean, they're gonna be on Facebook. So I think the goal. I think the goal of this whole thing was to help her photography business. I could be wrong, but I don't know.
Oh, oh.
What are you oohing for?
I'm going to share them. I'm going to share them everywhere I know I can share them.
I'm sure you will. So yeah, we're just all waiting for Reagan to do his little stranger shit. Oh, whoa. Never mind. You're taken spoken for. She was on the podcast marking her territory.
She
Snap.
never peed on me. She
Snap.
never peed on
What'd
me.
you say?
She never peed on me. She didn't mark nothing.
Hey man, if that's what you into, you into it. Hey,
Ain't that how you mark territory?
that's some other stuff. No. No. I don't think women going around peeing on their man's stuff and stuff. I think they just go the places that they go. So
No, that's how you mark your territory. You pee on it.
she was definitely in the building that night. This is my man, and I want all you on the podcast to know. How's that one? Oh no, I can't say that. I
Can't
want
blame.
all
Can't blame.
you blankety blanks to know that a real one just walked through the door. Sorry. Yeah, man, it was good. It was fun. We're waiting on Reagan to do his stranger shoot. Matter of fact, let me set it up for you.
No, no,
Cannot
absolutely not.
let me set up a stranger shoot for you.
No, I don't think that. I
I
don't think that.
promise to be honest and fair in the game of life. Let me do a stranger shoot for you. I will get the photographer. I will find you. Send me the list of qualifications to be Reagan Jacobs' lady, and I will
Ooh,
find you the perfect match. And let me do it,
my
please.
my ex old lady's gonna be like, you'll never meet them requirements. Trust me.
Oh no, are you a dog, Reagan, or something? What's the deal here?
High standards. High standards.
You don't think I have high standards? I think I could find you a perfect lady.
But I didn't set your stranger shoot up. Somebody else did. So you can't be setting mine up.
I knew the person that set my stranger shoot up, so let me set yours up. I'm not gonna put you with a clown or nothing like that. I wouldn't do that to you because I think love is a serious business and stuff like that. But yeah, let me do it.
Probably have a dude show up. Say, all right, y'all kiss blindfolded, and then y'all take the blindfolds off.
No, I'm better than that. But if that's what you were into,
No, no.
oh, 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 oh.
It's starting to happen.
Hey, I'm just saying. No, let me do it. We're both two single gentlemen. Let me do it for you. Let me help you.
We'll see. You never know
There's
what
no. It's a
2021
yes.
might bring.
It's a yes or no question. Are you worried that I would find you a black woman or what?
I'm worried about if
Uh-oh.
it even be a woman at all.
What are you hinting at, Reagan? Or what are you hinting at here? I don't know. I just told you that I don't joke about love and stuff like that, and you're still stuck on the what if it's a dude?
Because I know how
Tread
conniving
lightly.
Perry Gamble is.
Wow. Am I conniving? I told you before this podcast started, mister, that I'm a great friend. I might be rough around the edges, but I am a good friend. And how dare you sit on this podcast and insult me?
But then what if I did what if it was a great girl and I found love and then at the wedding people say, well, how'd y'all meet? Well, Perry set us up, you know.
Who cares what other people are meeting on Tinder and getting married? I mean, for crying out loud. I mean, how'd y'all meet? You're not gonna believe it. Try me. Well,
Yeah. Don't knock it till you
I
tried
was
it.
the bridesmaid at his first wedding, and then wow, like okay, it's happened before. So, you know,
Ooh.
yeah,
Ooh.
yeah. So I wouldn't do that to you. Let me find you love. I think you're afraid that she'd be black.
I ain't worried about that. I'm just worried I don't know what your angle is and why you're so
If you don't trust me, just say that.
I don't trust you.
Wow. And I've made you look like a
Stud buck.
golden child on this podcast. So many episodes. So many. I mean, there's clips from all these episodes that didn't get on here because I was being a
Yeah.
nice guy. So I mean, for you to sit here and say you don't trust me, but you get on these podcasts every week with me and say things inappropriately, and I take it out. I'm kind of offended. Why are you laughing?
I'm scared, Perry. Just scared, you know.
If you're a chicken, just say that. Just say it. Say
Scared.
it. I'm a chicken.
Love just terrifies me, you know.
Really?
Yeah, I just settle down and never know what's left in the world to do.
After you settle down?
Yeah.
I think you have kids and all this other stuff. I don't know. I'm just assuming from the people that have settled down before me. I'm just guessing. I don't know. You got somebody to drive you home from the bar forever, So I'm just guessing. I don't know.
What if you got to drive her home?
We gonna have a nice little come to Jesus meeting the next day. Look, this ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be my turn. I don't know. Yeah. Don't be afraid of love, Reagan. Love could be around any corner. It could be in a stranger shoot. It could be at the next French rodeo. It could be somebody you already know. I don't know. Don't be afraid of it.
Yeah. I
Me
don't know.
me giving you advice after going to one stranger shit. Oh, I'm a
After you
professional
said,
now.
after you done told us, I ain't never doing it again.
I'm a professional now. Yeah, because I said at the very beginning, I said I would never do it again because this is the one. So yeah, that was my answer, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Next subject, please.
Yeah. I,
Please.
uh, yeah. Well, I don't know if this really fits with what all we're talking about tonight,
Oh
but
boy.
it's been on my mind, and it's really got under my skin. The
Oh boy.
whole grass fed grass finished, grain finished argument. You know what I'm talking about?
I do. I do. I do. I do. I do.
Yeah, I have. There's a man. I've always seen people talk about it and do this and that, and man, lately it seems like there's a big influx of people in the grass fed community
Yes, sir.
putting putting down the people in a grain fed community or I gotta say grass finished and grain finished because all cattle are grass fed until a certain point. But people, man, it's killing me how many people are trying to get in these niche markets, and it's fine. I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with the grass fed deal at all. It's just when you start putting down the other side of it and scaring people away from beef. I told there's this one video on TikTok. Guys in Oregon got a few head of cows and they're grass fed, grass finished, and he's on there talking about he's like, you can go down to the meat market now and get a Holstein steak, and it is grain finished, and you're eating 70 what was it 70% oil or something like that. Like he said this ridiculous thing, and I'm like, first of all, you're comparing. He had Angus cows. I'm like, you're comparing Angus and Holstein. That ain't even. That ain't even. That's apples to oranges right there. That ain't even a
I've
comparison.
heard though, I've heard that the Holstein is a better beef.
Really.
I've heard that. I don't know. I've heard it from a lot of old people. So yeah.
I ain't never had it. I can't say whether it is or whether it ain't. But just this guy just putting down grain fed and everything. He's like grass finished is the best way to go. And I'm like, I put on there. I was like, man, you can argue this till we're all blue in the face. It don't matter. It don't matter at the end of the day. But with this guy telling these people this stuff, they're gonna go to their grocery store. They're gonna go to their meat market. They're gonna go wherever they buy their meat, and they're not gonna have grass fed, or they're not gonna have exactly what they're looking for, but they'll have grain fed, and it'll scare them off, and they'll end up buying chicken or pork or seafood.
Mm.
And the beef industry lost at the end of the day because you want to push your niche market and scare people away to push your product, and it scared them away from beef altogether.
I think it
That's
I
just
think
my
it I think it goes farther back than that. I think before you get into the niche and stuff like that, I think you have to go a little bit farther back into the one beef or 100 beefs. I don't care how many beefs you have, just grow beef.
yep,
Beefs with an S.
beef.
Yeah. I
But
don't care. And then I agree with you 100%. I don't care what kind of beef you eat, just eat beef, period. Uh,
yes,
and as a industry as a whole, we have to come together and say eat beef. And in this beef family, we have these families of beef. In the beef family, there's grass fed, there's grain fed, there's organic, there's all the other beef over there that you
yeah,
can but eat beef. And and that's what I've never understood as a marketing industry. You have your Angus, you have your other, you have all this. Why hasn't nobody come together in a Super Bowl commercial? Look, all of us paying together and pay for this commercial or pay for the entire Super Bowl and say simply eat beef, period. don't care what you eat beef. I've never understood that. How if grain fed goes away, sooner or later grass fed's gonna go away too. So we need each other. Look, I don't care what kind of beef you eat, just eat beef.
Yeah.
Sometimes eat grain fed beef, sometimes eat grass fed beef, sometimes eat beef that eat other beef. I don't care what kind
Yeah.
of beef you eat, just eat beef. Eat beef, period. And it's not a period, it's not the dot, it's the word period. Eat beef, period. This is that drives me up a wall. I only eat grass fed beef. Shut up, please.
Yeah.
Eat just you eat beef. I don't care what kind it is. I would love to eat the akahushi beef every day.
Yep.
Have you ever had akahushi beef?
No, never. Can't
Oh my
afford that.
goodness. Oh yeah, I would love to eat that every day. But po man got po ways, so I just eat regular beef because I'm
That's it.
regular. But eat beef. I can't afford the alcohol. Sometimes I can. Sometimes I have good weeks, good months. I
Yeah.
still don't buy it, but I would love to eat it. So I'm still gonna grab me a steak. You know what I ate all last week?
What?
I was filling Christmas orders. We'll get into that too. I was filling Christmas orders, so I didn't have time to Uber Eats. But I took like 3 or 4 steaks I got for Christmas out, put them in the refrigerator. I ate beef and green beans, and I would cook
Boy,
this.
you was high living.
Oh yeah, I would cook the steak to about medium perfection, and then I would cook my green beans seasoned, and then I would just dump them over the steak,
Oh.
and I called it thicket beef.
Sound like a green bean casserole to me.
It does not. Yeah, it was very meaty. No, I would take a steak, set it in the center of the plate, and I'd take the green beans and dump them over the steak. It was called thicket beef, because it's in the bushes and the bushes are green. This is my thicket beef. That's what I ate for like 3 days. It's corny. I know. I don't care. Yeah, that's what I ate. Eat beef. I'd eat a steak and I'd come back out here to finish braiding. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take me about a 30-minute nap and then I'm gonna
Yeah.
get back to it. And then it turned out to be like an hour and a half. And then I'm like, I gotta braid all night. But
That's
eat
why
beef. Yeah.
that's why them orders were late on Christmas
Mind
Eve.
your business. Everybody that wanted them for Christmas got them, sir. And I worked. You know what? It was bad. And I feel like I owe my aunt an apology. So we draw names for Christmas. Um, I had orders. This was the busiest Christmas I've ever been.
Uh-huh.
I didn't have time to go. I knew what she wanted, and it was easy to get. Um, I just didn't have time to go make it look pretty. Put it in the bag, get the tissue.
Yeah.
Do the works on the gift. So I got the gift. I come in my office and I was like, I have to put this thing in something. And at first I was gonna put it in one of the boxes from the meal tape I got, because for some weird reason I keep all the boxes. I was gonna stick it in one of them, but I found a plastic bag from another order that I had gotten. I put it in it was a bag, like a gray bag. I put it in there, and I wrapped it full of tape, and I just wrapped it and wrapped it and wrapped it, and I was like, "Yeah, here's your gift," because I've been really really busy. But it was what she wanted, so that was the upside to it. But now I kind of feel like I should have
Yeah.
put like $100 bill in there and be like, "Hey, sorry, I was too busy to get your Christmas gift," or to make it look
That
nice, presentable.
presentable.
Yeah, but I was busy.
That
I'm a small business owner. My hands hurted. I was tired. Uh, yeah.
yeah, same thing happened. I drew my uncle's name for Christmas, and sorry, Unc, if you're listening to this, but my mom, she knew I was gonna make him something out of leather and do it real big time, but Christmas orders, I was running out of time, this and that. Mom ended up buying him a gift card because she knew I probably wouldn't do nothing. Well, we celebrate with them on Christmas Eve with that part of the family, and I had him on Christmas Eve. So the night before Christmas Eve, I was up to like 2 in the morning making him some leather stuff. Trying, and it turned out all right. It everything worked out. Uh, but yeah, it was last minute. I didn't wrap it or nothing. I just like, hey, here's your Christmas. He's like, I already got it. I was like, no, this is for me. Like, I made this. This is actually for me. Sorry,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. No, man, it was awesome, and it kind of sucked at the same time. I wish I had more time,
Yeah,
but I'm thankful that I didn't because I braid all this stuff behind me. So this is actually, uh, yeah, I think this one here. This is the last thing. No, that one. That's the last thing I got to ship out. And then I just start a whole new roll of orders. All this stuff that's hanging behind me has to be braided.
uh,
But at some point, you just got to take a break and enjoy Christmas and do a
yeah.
podcast. So that's that's where I'm at. But yeah, all that's got to be moved out because I got another big order. So I mean, 2020 is nice and it ended nicely for a small businessman. So from the bottom of my heart to all the listeners out there, thank you,
Yeah. Thank you.
dude. I made a couple of orders for Christmas. My favorite one was a black whip, and I hate with a passion black meal tape. Hate with a passion, because sometimes it's black, sometimes it's like a dull silver grayish,
Yeah.
and depending on what color you put it with determines what color it actually looks like.
Yeah.
uh but this batch actually looked black, and I was really proud of it. And
Let
then I put it with some green, and it was silver. So
me-
yeah. So my favorite item that I made for the 2020 Christmas year was a 6 foot black whip with a wooden handle. Oh, she was a beauty. Oh man. I cracked her a couple of times outside, and I was like, I kind of want to keep this one for myself and make them another one. But I
yeah.
was I was already low on time, so I had to send it out.
That's the thing, man. Time creeps up on you quick.
Quick. I see why people set their like Christmas deadlines in October and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
even set one, and people were like, "Hey, can you do this?" I was taking them all in, like, "Oh yeah, 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 yeah." And then I'm like, at some point you got to make this stuff, and you still got to go shopping for your family. Have you lost your mind?
Yep.
So now I'm angry on Snapchat. Like, look, I got a family too, and I understand you want your Christmas gifts. Either you're gonna be kind or be blocked. The choice is yours.
Yeah.
I was like, it shouldn't come to this. 2021, I have to set a deadline. Like, look, anything after November 1st, you're gonna have to pay extra for.
Yeah.
You know,
We can get it to you,
I'll
but you're
get
gonna
it
have to
to
pay a little bit.
It's gonna cost you extra because I am strung out. I'm a one-man band over here.
Yep.
So yeah, no man, I enjoyed it though. I loved it. I got everything done, I think, and I think everybody's happy with everything I've sent out. So
Yeah. That's I I didn't set no deal because I don't really get Christmas orders, maybe 1 or 2 orders. And man, I
mhm.
got everything at December, at the beginning of December. And I was like, oh, I got time. Well, then this came up and that came up, and it was like a week before. And I was like, I got to jump on this stuff. So a week before, I did all my stuff and just stayed in the house all day long, just busting out orders.
Yeah, man, it's entrepreneurship is hard.
Yeah.
Um,
I need some employees.
yeah, everybody's telling me I need to get me an employee, but I'm like, look, you teach them how to braid, and they'll go off and start their own company.
Yep.
But how was that parable? You teach a man to fish, you feed him for a day. You teach him how to fish, and he steals your business or something like that. No, no, no. Yeah, that one.
I know. They always taught us they always taught us in college though, when you go out to these businesses and once you work your way up to a manager or higher up, they're like train, most people don't want to train their employees and let them know, different things and make them better. because they're afraid that they'll go off somewhere. They'll waste all this time, money training, and they'll go
Yep.
off somewhere. But they're like, if you train your employees and treat them right, they'll stay
Never
around and
leave.
hang around.
Never
Yeah.
leave. Yeah, I'd like to say that, but I don't think that's the case.
Money talks.
Yeah. Well, I thought so. In the past years, I've thought about like making videos, like how-to videos, how to braid a halter, how to do a tie rope, how to do calf halters and stuff like that, and just selling the how-to videos and being done with it. Like
Yeah.
yeah, you can make your own, but it'll never be as good as the original.
Yeah. You won't give
But
them
at the
all the
same
tips.
time, everybody's like, "Where'd you watch a video on how to make your calf halters?" Like, ain't no video, baby. I'm the video.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Trial and error and a lot of cuss
Ooh,
words.
a lot of unbraided mule tape on calf halters, dude. I unbraided a lot of stuff until I got it right. But I got one of the coolest calf halters around, I like to think, and some of the coolest whips around too. So
Yeah.
trial and error. That's
Yeah.
where I'm at. I have to go to the bathroom really, really bad. That's why I'll be right back. I swear I'll be right back. You can kill him with an ad or something because we're at the end of 2020 and Rhino Tequila's been good to me. I don't know about you, but it's been really good to me. So you should probably put an ad here or something. So yeah, do that. I'll be back. I promise. Don't go anywhere. And don't let Reagan tell you that this podcast is over because it's not.
No, the podcast ain't over. But we are going to take a minute to thank Rhino Tequila for all their help and support and sticking with us throughout the year. They jumped on after the first episode. They jumped on with us and wanted to team up with us. And we're like, heck yeah, we didn't really know a whole lot about them. Found out about them, ended up loving them, love their product, and have told everybody that we know about it. And turns out everybody else loves their product too. So if you haven't tried Rhino Tequila, go out and try it. They've stuck with us and we've stuck with them and we really enjoyed it. And it's been a good year, 2020, and we'll see what 21 brings. But get you some Rhino Tequila. They're a good company and even better tequila. It's hard when Perry ain't here to talk. I don't know. I used to think I could ramble on, but I don't think I can. I usually feed off Perry, or actually Perry takes most of the talking most of the time, and he just runs with it. And I just there he is.
Hey, man,
we gotta stop. We gotta stop talking about it.
You can make me cry. That almost brought a tear to my eye. I thought I could ramble on, but I can't. I just feed off the pay. That brought a tear to my eye. Makes me feel.
I knew you had the door open listening. What do you think? I'm dumb.
Nah, that's okay. Be honest, man. It's all right. Give people their flowers while they're living. You can't do the podcast without me. Just say that.
Oh, that is a song. It's something about look what it took to finally for me to finally bring you flowers, and it was after the lady died.
Yeah. So yeah. That made me feel good. We did a podcast in 2020. Is that not the coolest thing ever?
That is, I think it's pretty cool. Who would have thought?
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, who would have thought? Well, I think the people on my Snapchat would have thought it a long time ago, but it's finally to see it. My biggest fear with doing Monday Night Jam Session away from my Snapchat was you never know who's listening. And at the time, the things I was saying on my Snapchat were very, very, very inappropriate.
Yeah.
So, it took me a couple of years to grow up and clean up my act and clean up the things that I was saying to now.
Yeah.
So, everything happens in its time and for a reason. So I needed all that. I needed all that time and I needed that Snapchat time. So yeah.
Man, I think it's good. What do we start? Middle or 3/4 through the year?
I have no earthly idea. I don't even know when we started. People talk about episode like number 5. I'm like, yeah. The only ones I know through and through are the first one and the
Yeah.
one I'm currently doing, and I only know that one until next week. So
Yeah. Oh, have you gone back and listened to the first one now that we've done a few of them?
the boys down south got tutus in there.
I
The
went
boys
back and
down
listened to
south.
it the other day, and I thought, "Oh my gosh! Like I can't believe this was our first one."
Hey man, we're like a fine wine. We get better with time.
That's it.
Because last week's shooting star was hilarious.
Shining
I
star.
laughed from a healthy place. I usually don't go back and listen to him, but I could not get over the shooting star episode. I told everybody about it. I was like, Reagan. He was like, yep. I was like, he tried to tell me about a R&B song, Shooting Star. I was like, yeah, this white boy tried to tell me about Shooting Star, and he meant Shining Star, and all we laughed from a healthy place. But yeah, it wasn't no, we hate white people, trying to steal our music and nothing like that. We just laughed, and it
Yeah.
made the story better by you being white. So,
Yeah.
I like white people or nothing like that. So.
I like to make people laugh, and if that's what happened, then I'm all for it.
Oh yeah, no man, it's crazy though. I would have never thought we'd be doing a podcast.
Yeah.
And it's crazy the people that listen to this thing too. People will walk up to me and be like, "Oh, I listen to your podcast. Like, why are you listening?" But thank you,
Yeah.
thank you. But why are you listening? Because I didn't think it would fit your demographic.
Yeah,
You just
exactly.
never know,
Exactly.
man.
I got aunts and uncles telling me, "Oh, can't wait for this week's podcast." I'm like, "What? What for? Like for
Yeah,
real?"
yeah. Man, I don't know. Everybody I talk to, everybody that tells me about the podcast, I least expect it. But also, I meant to do this a few weeks back, but we had recorded the episode early. Shout out to Brian Adams. I was at a wedding. Shout out Charlie and Ashlyn. And he was there. He's like, man, I listened to every podcast, and then he pulled up his Spotify and showed me that he listened to every single one of them. I was like, dude, that's
Dang.
awesome. That is so
Yeah.
awesome. So I gotta give a shout out to Brian Adams. Thank you for being a good listener, or yeah, I'll say a good
Yeah.
listener, but
I didn't know. He sent me a Snapchat one time. He's coming back from Mississippi or something. He's
yeah.
like, Monday night jam session the whole way back. I was like, dang, you really? He's like, yeah, dude, I love this.
Is it? That's so awesome. So speaking of Brian Adams, 2021. I guess we can make the big announcement. So what we're going to introduce is Small Business Mondays. Small Business Mondays on top of the podcast. So I think every 2 months we'll grab a small business and we'll bring them in, and they'll be the guest on the podcast, and it's their 15 minutes of fame. You tell them about your business, what you do, and who you are, and then you get to chime in on some of the nonsense that we talk about. So Small Business Monday. So if you're listening in your small business and you want in, hit us up and we'll get you on there. So Small Business Monday. I'm
Yeah.
excited about it, dude.
Yeah.
I've always been a fan. I've always been a fan of kind of sharing the spotlight. There, one of my favorite songs is "Everybody Wants to Shine, but Nobody Wants to Hold the Light,"
Yeah.
and I it doesn't phase me any. Um, even with like the halters and stuff like that, and range rodeos, I'm rarely in a picture. Rarely in a picture. I don't need the light. I don't need that spotlight. What my enjoyment and what I took from it was watching and seeing you shine. I love the day after I post all the pictures.
Yeah.
Shout
Yeah.
out, shout out to Taylor for those pictures of the ranch rodeos. Um, the next day when people are changing their profile pictures, they're tagging people, they're sharing and all that stuff. I love the next day when the photos drop. I love that.
Yeah.
I enjoy that more than the actual ranch rodeo. It's like, here was this person's 10, 15 minutes of fame, and it'll forever be uh memorized, memorialized, or whatever in this picture on
Yeah.
Facebook. And if you click on their profile pictures and go back through them, there's one of their photos. So I love that. I love that. That's how I add some of the people that I have on Facebook.
Yeah.
Somebody new will come to a ranch rodeo, and then like a week later, 2 weeks later, they send me a friend request, and their picture is the profile picture is a picture from the ranch rodeo. I'm like, oh, okay, they're cool. I don't know them, don't really know
Yeah.
them, but I know them, so they're good. Add. Anybody else, I gotta go scrolling through the profile till I find something that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, as a contestant standpoint, we love it too. We love looking on there, seeing all our pictures and sharing them. And man, that's the second part of the ranch rodeo. The ranch rodeo is fun. Getting to see everybody's fun, but then getting pictures from the ranch rodeo because we don't get pictures that often.
I, I when we started, I thought, and we did the picture, we did the ranch rodeos. It was uh, if you don't like how somebody's doing it, do it yourself. It was that kind of attitude from it. So we're
Yeah.
not trying to be better than anybody or nothing like that. We just wanted to do it ourselves. So one of my things was, look, they have to get free pictures because some people don't do this all the time, and you've paid your money to compete. Why am I going to charge you for more?
Yeah.
And I'm not knocking any other business that does it, that sells photos, none of that. We pay the photographer so you can get your free pictures. And now that was one of my big deals. But I mean, it's free publicity, them pictures, and they got the logo on them. Some people crop them out. It doesn't phase me one bit because I know where it come from. So,
and
uh,
and and most cowboys that come to them, if they do get their pictures posted with a watermark on them or anything, they're going to screenshot them and post them again anyways.
they don't care anyways because I mean they don't have pictures anywhere else. So,
Yeah.
man, you'll see them like the people you may know, and you go swiping through there, and there's like 6 rough out pictures on their profile. You're like, I should add them, but I feel that's kind of creepish. Like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. But I'm smiling, like, yep, there we go. So it works. What we've put together over here works, and man, I take my enjoyment from everything else. People sharing the pictures, um, sharing the limelight, man. I like it.
Yeah.
Here's your 15 minutes of fame. Here's your picture of fame and all that other good stuff. So that's why I'm excited about Small Business Mondays, man. Bring some people in and give them an opportunity to talk about what they do. And I mean, I'm not saying we have a big fan base or anything like that. We're still up and coming and we're growing, but it's still an opportunity to introduce your product to somebody new that's never
Yeah.
heard of it, or a potential client or something like that. So that's why I'm excited about it.
Yeah. Because all it
Small
takes is
Business Monday.
one the right person to hear it and it blows up. You know what I mean? It only takes, one. It don't matter who it is or if it's the right person, it'll
Yes,
blow up and it could change their life.
it only takes one. So if I can be a part of you getting that one, watching the documentary, 40 years from now in my nursing home chair about how you got your big break. I went on this little old rinky dink podcast, and some guy heard about me and gave me my shot. And I'm like, yep, it was me. I was that rinky dink podcast. Now I'm rolling around the nursing home naked because I'm all excited and stuff. So
Oh,
yeah, don't be
ooh.
don't be oohing. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
no,
there's that.
2021 is going to be a good year, I think,
Well,
for
dude, I'm excited for it.
everything.
What's your New Year's resolution? We never got around to that.
Oh man, I ain't never been one to make New Year's resolutions. I don't.
What's your plans for 2021? Don't be so I yeah, don't be so that person. Yeah.
Man, I ain't really thought about it. I forget that it's coming up pretty quick, but
Oh, so let's just ask Perry because we know he'll give an answer, but I don't have
yeah,
an
I know you've thought about it.
No, man. Come on, you
I
gotta have something. What's Reagan Jacobs' plan for 2021? Uh if you don't mind me helping, can I help you?
Yeah, go ahead.
According to the podcast, you can actually take your butt to work because a lot of people have said you don't do anything. So, I mean, one of your resolutions could be working, actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna change some things up with the way or with what I do. Already got some things lined up for after the first, and gonna hit the ground running, and gonna try to make it on my own. See how that works. A lot of people say I need to get a quote unquote real job, but
Oh, boo.
I I like being my own boss, and
There you go. I've enjoyed it. Don't
so
do it.
I'm
Don't.
gonna take a stab at it, give it a full year of running hard at it, and catch me next year and see see how it's going.
We'll revisit this conversation the week before New Year's. we'll,
Yeah.
we'll reflect back on this and see how is it going, man. I will tell you, if you're going hardcore at entrepreneurship, it's ugly, dude. It is so ugly.
Man, I've say I won't say I dabbled in it. I've done it off and on and this and that, going down a bunch of different trails, and had a job at the beginning of the year, got laid off, and man, I think that was the best thing and to happen. Really kicked me in gear about following through with my own stuff. So I've got some stuff going, and hopefully it all pans out over the year, and we'll see. I may have a job.
There
A
you
quote
go,
unquote
man.
9 to 5 at the end of the year. We'll never see. We'll see.
Hey, man, entrepreneurship's hard. One of the things I've always wanted to do, I wanted to start like a group chat of like entrepreneurs to just kind of like encourage each other along the way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey guys, this week might be a little tough, but you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never get that. It's just me angry for a week and then happy for a
Yeah.
week and then angry for a month and then happy for 2
Yeah.
months. You know, it's a vicious cycle, and there's never anybody right there like, hey, I'm in the
Yeah.
same boat as you. You know.
You talk to people though that man, take leather work for example. If you try to break off and do leather work and you're sitting there and like cussing this and that, like, man, how do people make it? And then you talk to the people that I would call famous and big time and full time leather workers. They just sit there and laugh. You'll tell them stories like, man, this and this has happened, and they just laugh like, yep, went through that, went through it. Sucks, but went through it, but you get through it. It's like, man, how'd you, and they tell you different things, but it's funny to see how they all went through that too. All the, I guess, professionals you'd call them.
Oh yeah, man. You think you're alone at it? I think every entrepreneurship is the same. There's
Yep.
phases of it all, regardless of what you're doing, and you have good days. You have really good days, and then you have not so good days. And sometimes you just need that outside person, like, hey, I was there. It's gonna be all right.
Yeah.
Keep going. Because I mean, there was times I thought about going and getting another real job, but I end up just quitting them things.
Yeah.
I end up quitting them. So I'm like, I should probably just stick to what I'm doing and just like suck it up and deal with the bad days. And yeah, man. There's no real job in 21, or there's no 9 to 5 in 21. It's everything I've put my blood, sweat, and tears into in 21. So
Make it work or bust, ain't it?
yeah, it ain't got there's no busting to it. Something's gonna work. Something of mine is going to work, and there's no way around it. So that's kind of where I'm at. Given
Is that what we're ending on tonight? Giving her.
that, I think so. That sounds like a good place to end to me. That sounds good to me. I was looking for a place to drop a bomb, and I think I hadn't given me one until right there. So that's the last bomb of 2020. So yeah, I think we're gonna get out of here. To the people that have made this what it is, I thank you. I know Reagan's thankful for it. And I'm gonna try not to get sappy and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
for the people that have listened, that have shared clips, that have liked it on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, yes, no, Twitter, to to the people that have listened, shared it, chimed in, gave a bit of advice, didn't like them, gave their criticisms. I'm thankful for it. I know Reagan is, and we'll be back in 21. Here's your little spiel about Rhino Tequila. I don't know how much of it he's drank, but I have drank my share of it, and I am a fan. So, yeah. So, Perry Gamble's grateful for y'all. Thank you. And I think I'm gonna sing a little of Old Lang Syne. No, I'm not gonna do that. Who's doing last words benediction for 2020?
Well, I think it was me, but I think you had one before we started.
Did I?
And you forgot it.
I did not.
Oh.
I did not. I did not forget it. So, do you have anything to say before we get out of here for the final?
Just man, thank you to everybody listen. And I know it kind of sounds cliche, but it's so cool going up to a ranch rodeo or to somebody's house or talking to somebody's mom saying, "Hey man, we listen to the podcast and we love it. We can't wait for next week's." Man, that's the coolest. That's the coolest thing ever. And if we don't ever make it anywhere else, man, that's we've enjoyed all making everybody happy.
Wait, whoa. You said if we don't make it. No. I've arrived. I love it now.
Yeah.
I love it now. The ranch rodeos are crazy.
Yeah.
People come in to pay their monies and stuff like that, and they're like, "Are we getting on the podcast? What are you Reagan talking about?" Like, this is a ranch rodeo, sir. Please save that for afterwards.
That's the thing, man. The last handful of ranch rodeos I rolled up to, you were at all of them, and they're like, "Oh, you and Perry together tonight? We're doing a podcast. We're doing a podcast." I'm like, "Man, we didn't plan on it, but we can." Like, they're like, "Oh, we're getting on a podcast tonight."
We're gonna have to grab somebody from one of the ranch rodeos and do a podcast with them. I think we owe it to them. We might have to grab Mr. Unkin or Fuentes out there or something. Do a podcast with them. I think that'd be pretty cool. We have to grab them in 21 somewhere.
Oh yeah, no, it's a good time, man. I didn't know where this podcast would go. I didn't even know if anybody listened, but they have, and man, I've enjoyed the heck out of it.
Trust it with a black man in the front of it, but he's learning to lean in and give it all he's got and understand that Perry's got it. So,
dang, I was trying to be all nice, and you won't.
I was just interpreting what you were saying there for you, but I guess you don't need my help. Sorry. Yeah.
All right. Last words of benediction.
Last words of benediction 2020. Listen, people, from one entrepreneur and another, Reagan. I guess he agrees with this. I don't know. We'll see after I say it. 2021. We're not negotiating prices. What is set is what is set.
Amen.
We're not haggling on nothing. I know what it's worth and I know what it's capable of. You either pay it or you don't. In 2021.
Amen. That's it.
That's all she wrote right there. Y'all have a good night.
We'll see y'all next year.
Maybe.